This will be for the con assignment, normal distribution, area above or below a point. Okay, for all of these, I'm pretty sure you're going to have to find the z-score for the first step. A set of chemistry exam scores are normally distributed with a mean of 70 and a standard deviation of 4. Cam got a score of 65 points on the exam. What portion of exam scores are higher than Cam's score? All right, let's see. So we know the formula for the z-score is x minus mu over sigma. Okay, x is our data point. That's the 65. Mu is our mean. So that's 70. And sigma is our standard deviation. So that's 4. Okay, so subbing into the formula, x is 65 minus mu, which is 70, divided by sigma, which is 4. 65 minus 70 over 4. That's going to be negative 5 over 4. Okay, you can use the calculator if you need to, but I can see this is going to be negative 1.25. Okay, so that's the value for z, and they want to know what portion of the exams are higher than that. All right, so we know on the bell curve, you have the mean right down the middle, and the negative z's are to the left of that mean. Okay, so this would be like negative 1.25 for the z. And they want to know which percent are higher than that. So it's going to be the amount of data that's to the right of that z-score. Okay, now let's go to our chart, our z-table. All right, we had a z-score of negative 1.25. So we want to go to the table for the negative z-scores. Okay, and let's look up negative 1.25. All right, so let me see here. All right, so this column here is for the z's. Okay, on the left, this right here is negative 1.2. And we want negative 1.25. This is 0.2, 0.21, 0.22. And this one right here is the one that ends in 5. So we have to see where they meet. Okay, so take this column and keep going down. And take this row and keep going to the left. Okay, if you keep going down here, you see they meet right here. Okay, see this is negative 1.2, and then the last decimal is the 5, so it's negative 1.25. Okay, so this number right here, 0.1056, is the area to the left of z. Okay, so on our problem, they said they want the area that's the percentage that's greater than z. That would be to the right. So instead of using 0.1056, we have to use 1 minus that number. Okay, so the z-score, the percentage on the table is the shaded area, but we want the area to the right of the z-score. Okay, so we're going to have to do 1 minus 0.1056. Okay, so that's going to be 1 minus 0.1056. All right, and I'll do that on the calculator. Okay, and I got 0.8944. So I just enter that in the box, 0.8944. Okay, so remember the z-score table gives you the percent that's lower. So if they ask you for the percent that's higher, you're going to have to do 1 minus whatever percentage you get when you look it up on the table. All right, it says a set of elementary school students' heights are normally distributed with a mean of 105, standard deviation of 10. A Q is an elementary school student with a height of 90.4. Which portion of student heights are lower? Okay, so we know the mean is mu. We know the given point is x. And we know the standard deviation is sigma. Okay, so for the z calculation, it's going to be x minus mu divided by sigma. Okay, x is 90.4. Mu is 105. And sigma is 10. All right. Okay, on the calculator, I get a z-score of negative 1.46. Okay, if you do this on the calculator, when you subtract in the numerator, hit equals first before you divide by the denominator. But we're going to look up negative 1.46 on the chart, and we want the percentage that's lower than. Okay, so we're back to the chart. We had a z-score of negative 1.46. Okay, so I'm on the page with the negative z-scores, and I'm going to look up negative 1.46. All right, this column is for the z-scores. So first I'm going to find negative 1.4. Okay, and I'm going to go across this way to the right. And I want the one that ends in a 6. So I go to the top. This is negative 1.4, 0.41, 0.42. This one is 0.46. Okay, and we're going to see where they meet. I'm just going to trace this down. All right, keep tracing it down. And keep tracing this one across. And you can see they meet right here. Okay, that's negative 1.46. And the percentage is 0.0721. Okay, so if this z-score here was negative 1.46, then this area right here is 0.0721. Okay, so they asked for the area, the percentage that's less than that. Okay, so we don't have to subtract it from 1 this time. That's it, 0.0721. All right, so in the box, 0.0721. Okay, so these are all the same. The first step is always to do the z-score. All right, x minus mu over sigma. All right, x is the point that's given. Mu is the mean. And sigma is your standard deviation. X is 78 minus mu, which is 81, divided by sigma, which is 10. Okay, that's going to be negative 3 over 10. And that will equal negative 0.3. So that's our z-score. Let's go to the table. We're looking for the percent that is lower than that. Okay, we said the z-score is negative 0.3. So this is the z-scores on the left. Let's go to negative 0.3. So that is right here. Okay, and there's no decimal after the 3. Okay, so it's the same as negative 0.30. It's the same thing. Okay, so this one here is the one that ends in 0. All right, so we just trace this down, keep going down, keep going down, keep going down until you meet the negative 0.3. Okay, and this number here is the area. That's the percentage that is to the left of that z-score, 0.3821. All right, so this area right here is 0.3821. Okay, and this z-score right here is negative 0.3. All right. So that's 0.3821, and that's our answer. So you just enter that in the box. .3821. All right, last one. The first step is always to find the z-score. X minus mu over sigma. Okay, the mean is your mu. The standard deviation is your sigma. And the given data point is your x. So for x, that's 47.5. For mu, that's going to be a 40. And for sigma, that's going to be a 3. All right, I'm going to do this on the calculator. And I get 2.5. Okay, like I said, when you do the numerator, hit equals and then divide by 3. All right, so we're going to look up 2.5 on the chart, and we want to know the percentage that's higher than that. So we're going to have to subtract from 1. All right, but let's find 2.5. Okay, so since our z-score is positive, let's look at the positive z-scores here. We're looking for 2.5, and really that's the same as 2.50. All right, so again, left column are the z-scores. All right, we go down to 2.5. That's right here. All right, and 2.5, we want 2.50. Okay, so we just trace this column down. Just keep going down until you meet the 2.5. Okay, so that's 0.9938. So if z were 2.5, then this shaded area right here is 0.9938. Okay, and remember the whole area under the curve is 1. So if this part is 0.9938, then this part right here is just 1 minus 0.9938. Okay, because remember in the problem it said they want the percentage that's more than it. Okay, so the greater than is in that direction. All right, so this is 1 minus 0.9938 on the calculator. That is 0.0062. Whoops. 0.0062. So that's what we're going to enter in the box. Okay. 0.0062. All right, so that's it. So to sum it up, find the z-score, go to your chart, your z-score table, okay? If it says lower than or less than, you don't have to do anything, okay? You just choose the number on the chart. If it says higher or greater than, you have to do 1 minus the number that you find on the chart. Okay, and all answers will be 4 decimal places, and they're all going to be between 0 and 1.